Hey guys, Shazada here. Today I will be talking about Helium. So, if you have recently purchased one of your Helium miners and you wanted to see how to increase the rewards, or you know how to get better witnesses, so I'm just gonna talk about bit about that. So first of all, you will need to get a miner. So currently there are a few places you can order from. Um, and the process, it's different for all these different vendors. So some companies, they sell directly, which is like Long AP, Syncrobit, Bobcat, then CloudPi, FreedomPi. That's for US only currently, because it's also, they have the option for 5G. uh, then you have some other one that's just for China. There are milestone. I think Dragino. It's like overall, you can order from different countries as well. But this is a long list. So the main vendors which you will be ordering from are following. One is Bobcat. Then second one is Sensecap. Sensecaps, they don't directly sell themselves, so they have distributors. For US, they have different distributors. For US and Asia, sorry, Europe and Asia, they have different distributors. So you will need to check for your region. The second thing is Heltec. Heltec has two different options. They do random drops as well, but if you need to buy like as a batch in like 2 to 3 or like 5, 10, 20, they usually do that as well. So they have option for which is called offline sales. So the option is, the link is, I'm just gonna show you how to do that, because it's like a really weird thing. Heltec, no, 1 second. Yeah. So if you go to Heltec and you go to support, there is option for where is the offline? Or it might be in contact us. Or I can't find it. Anyways, you can do the online messages as well, and then they all, if you just look further on the website, they have like offline sales. So you can ask them, they will give you like a rough time frame. It's usually close to 1 month, instead of like if you look at the Bobcat one, Long AP one, and the Link Start one, that's close to 5 to 6 months. Also, there's another company called Pisces. They have started delivering these miners as well. Their time frame is 11 to 19 weeks, which is close to like your 3 to 6 months. They usually say, like especially in Bobcat's case, they say it's between 3 to 6 months, but most probably you will get close to the end of that, the time they have given you. So then you have Rack, then Controlino. This is like a long list. You can check on the Helium's main website, so on Helium's Discord as well, on Helium itself as well. So if you go to Helium and you go to mine, so as you can see, these are the current companies. So like you can just contact them directly. So like, but you will need to wait out, like depending which is in stock or which is not. So let's say if I click on this. So as you can see, it's sold out. Okay, so we have talked about, so if you go to that website, I'll also provide the link, you should be able to get these ones. So if you are getting, a lot of people are currently having issues in regards to why they are not getting that many, like their earnings is really low. The biggest mistakes what I've seen people do is they usually leave the miner and the antenna outside, because a lot of these these miners, they come with a default from 1 to 4 dB antennas, and they're usually like, if you look at the Bobcat one, Bobcat is a bit different though, because it does come with a long cable. But if you look at the Nebra, which is Nebra, A lot of these are similar to that, even the Sensecap one. So they come with these small antennas. So you can expect them to be like small routers, and they should work. But when you do that, the signal strength gets affected. So you won't be able to see that far. Your line of sight, it won't be that clear. And the other thing is, the big issue is like when other people's miner, they're trying to witness you, they might not be able to do that. So they might be able to witness other people, because so how you get witness it, I think there it's the first was like whichever is the fastest miner or the fastest witness, it will be counted as the first one. But now apparently Helium is making a change. So instead of like getting the fastest one, it's going to be random. So let's see how that will implement it, but we just have to wait out. But in your case, because you know people will do mistakes, they won't like have proper setups. So what you can do is you can just make sure your setup it's perfect. It's you have like a decent antenna, it's outside, even if it's like a small antenna, like in Bobcat's case. That small antenna, what you could do is you can put your miner in the loft, you can make a small hole where the cable will go through, and you can place that in the top of your roof itself. So that way at least that has a better line of sight, that has a better view. So with the default Helium Bobcat antenna, the highest was 1.3 HNT per day, like, but that was like on like in 1 to 2 days only. It wasn't like constant. And that was in the loft as well. I wasn't even outside, because I try to use a window, but I have like tons of trees on my both sides and right in front of my house. So I was earning close to 0.2 0.3 HNT, which is like the average one. So you need to like, obviously you need to get the miner, but you need to make sure you can get the better view. For that you need to place it outside, higher. What you could do is, if you want to use like a custom antenna, like so Helium optimized antennas, so they have like few ones. So like I would usually say go for optimized ones. It depending on your like your area. So if you're living in like a crowded, like a big city, right, then there's no need for you to go to like really these like high-end antennas, like high dB antennas, which is like 9 dBi, 8 dBi, 6 dBi. In some cases, like there's like even this one 10 dBi. I wouldn't go that. It, as I said, like it depends on your. So like if you live in like a, let's say, let's just imagine that you are in like a big town like this, and you live in a hill which faces towards that town. You are like 10-15 kilometers away from the central area, or like from that area, then it may, yeah, go for that, because one, you will need to make sure you're really high and you're facing towards that. But if you are on the other side on the hill, like that's imaginary hill, if you're this side and then that's just like mountain, it's just gonna get blocked. And if you have like small antennas, you can get like a omnidirectional antenna. Usually what happens is when you go to like above 6, some people go with the directional one, so it will be focused towards that direction. Some people go with the omni one, because they say, okay, if I'm putting in the middle, I want to cover this whole area. So usually when you go by till 4 dBi, they are by default omni ones, so they will look almost everywhere. But when you go higher, it's usually they start to go directional. So you need to find like one which is omnidirectional. As I said, like you will need to look for your needs. How, what's your location? How many miners you got? Let's say. So if you put like one miner antenna here in this like random area, so that's like 15 kilometers. So we're gonna point like you're in the middle, so 15 kilometer each. Then what you could do is you can go to like between 6 to 8 dBi antenna. You can put that in the middle, make sure it's on the top, it's really high, so you can view all of these. And so at least even if not all of them witness you, few of them will witness you now, so you will get like a decent earning from that. Because like two main reason, like the ways you earn money is like when you witness other people and when they witness you. So you need to make sure you're optimizing your setup for that. So in regards to the miners themselves, I will provide the link for this. I did not create this. There's like another YouTube channel. They created this, and I've been following that to order my miners. And I forgot which was the YouTuber who created that. So sorry about that. But it's not me. They usually update it. Okay. Anyways, so I have tried Bobcat. I am waiting for Heltec. I'm waiting for. Already got like a Sensecap as well. I have another Bobcat coming next month. Then I am getting not Controlina. There's another called Codex, and so apparently Cotx was doing some kind of thing. So currently they're suspended. I'm not sure what's happening with that. If they were supposed to give us update last Friday, but they didn't. So if you look Codex, I would say like for the current time, I would stay away from them. The reason is like you might be able to order like few. If they get suspended there for like further and you don't get your miner, your money just stuck. So for that you can get the different ones. So when it comes to miner itself, not so there are a few ways you can access your miner. Then one, it's called Hotspotty. If you look at this, Hotspotty. Yes, it's here. So if you're gonna click on this miner, so this is similar to your dashboard, which you will see on your miner, but it's a bit more limited. It gives you a bit more information than your Helium portal itself provides you. So it shows you like what was the last time it was refreshed, when it was added to the blockchain, what kind of Athena you're using, what's your height. Also, the main thing that shows you this one, is it relayed or not? It does the same thing on that. But then also, if you're syncing, it also will show you your current status. It's not up to date. It will be usually few hours, like between say 6 to 12 hours. In some cases it can go like at least even 24 hours behind. So it will not be always updated. It also gives you the option to contact the owner. So you can send them the message. So like if they have a tick like that, that means this is a verified hotspot. So if you're attached to, because when you get your miner, you're usually attached with your wallet itself. So with this, you can verify that, and whatever, like when you add more miners, they can message the owner in instance, like if you set up 2 to 3 miners in like this location, they say like, oh, it's too close to each other, so it's it's degrading the transmit scale for all these miners. So they say like, oh well, I can move it like bit further to this location, so that way, and you can move it here. You can do it in an app. You can move. So virtually what you could do is when you're inserting the location of your hotspot, you can move it close to 100 to 200 meters ish. That is okay. That way, because you're not affecting the watt scale, the transmit scale for you or the other people. But I wouldn't move it like your miner is in Rumford and you put it's in Manchester. I wouldn't do that. The second thing is, I was talking about the diagnostic pages. So Bobcat has like a diagnostic page. It gives you information that how far are you from the blockchain, what's the sync status, if there's any issues with it. Similarly, Heltec also has that one. I don't have the other one, so I can't really say. Apparently, Rack is making one. Similarly, Heltec, they are making one. So a lot of these companies now, they are making their own diagnostic page, so you can get that information. The another thing is, I would say, which one would you go for? If you buy now the Bobcat one or the Linkstart one and Pisces, the wait time is 6 months. So one, you can do that just to be on the safe side. Would say, I have some fun, like money. say let's say you have like £1,000 or $1,000, you can order one. It's gonna close. It's will be close to £400 ish. For the two, instead of like joining that queue, what you could do is there are regular drops from GetMNTD. So it's this website. So these are the miners from Rack. Currently, they will do regular drops which they are supposed to. So the last drop they did was like, I think like two weeks ish back. They dropped like they had like I think 18,000 miners. So you will be able to get some. So you don't need to worry about that. And that, but the thing was that was only for US. So hopefully they're gonna redo this soon. So and the main thing is the shipping time is like you get in like a weekish time you will have your miner. With otherwise even like in some cases you have to wait. Like for me, I ordered Codex last month and the supposed to be delivery was supposed to be in the November. So I don't know what's happening. In this case, it's gonna be like 1 week time frame. Hopefully you should have it. One thing I would say is these diagnostic pages, they don't matter that much because in most cases you are putting your miners in different locations. If you're ordering like 5 or 10 or 2, even 2 3, because there are two ways to connect with your miner. One is via Bluetooth, the second is the diagnoser page. In many cases, the diagnoses they are only locally. You can access them on the local network, so you will need to open port 80 to access remotely. But I wouldn't do that. It's up to you. The thing is, like Sensecap one, it has a diagnostic page. You can access it externally. You don't need to be network, so it's a cloud-based one. So you can restart your miner remotely and do much more. So in that sense, I do like that. But the problem with Sensecap is they have a really weird distribution system. So it's you need to like regularly checking on their Twitter, at the distribution's Twitter, that like do they have the stock, when it's coming. So like and when you get it, it's like a limited order. So you can only order a few, but you get those ones in a quick time. So like in a few weeks to monthish time. So as you can see, this is the MNTD is on the portal as well now. Second thing is, so when you get these miners, you need to make sure there is a lot of issues as well. It's not just, it's supposed to be plug and play. So like when you plug it, make sure it's on Ethernet, you open the port, you do the port forwarding, and boom, that's it. But there are multiple issues. So I got Bobcat. The Bobcat was my first miner. The problem with Bobcat and Sim, I think Nebra also comes with 1 gig. I'm not really sure on Nebra, but like Bobcat comes with only 1 gig of RAM. So what's happening is, because it's trying to mine as well, and they have added those like diagnostic page. When you try to access that page, you're sharing the resources from that 1 gig, so your miner becomes even more slower. And from what I've seen from the recent updates, the Bobcat isn't that good when it comes to regular mining. A lot of people like me, they're facing regular reboots. The miner stops working for no reason. In 1 week, I had to reset my miner 5 times, and then they have an option called fast sync, which is usually, even if you're like few thousand blocks behind from the blockchain, when you reset it, it will catch up in like 2 to 3 hours. But even that has its own issues. So, which is supposed to get fixed, because currently what's happened is now it's a peer-to-peer network, and in the soon next year-ish, you will be switching back to they will be switching to what's it called, like light gateway. So all of these your miners will be switched to that. So instead of talking with as a peer-to-peer network, they will talk to validators. So your reward scale, it shouldn't affect your reward scale, but what will happen is the load on your miners will become much less. So even 1 gig would be okay, but we're not there yet. That's one. The second thing is, if you put your miner for like 5-6 months, Bobcat should have at least added like 2 gigs. And the other thing is, from what I've seen, their support team, it's not that good. It's you will ask them like what question, they will reply another thing. Now like I'm not having this issue. I don't know why. And mostly the response will be generic. And because I logged the ticket, like few tickets, and over 1 month, they said like, yeah, we do it looking at it. There's no support, there's nothing. And from the last 2-3 weeks, it's just gone. There's nothing. So I would stay away from that. But it depends on, it varies. Some people I've seen, they are having no issues, and the Bobcats are earning decent as well. So it just depends if you're lucky or unlucky. Second thing, Freedom Fi, that has like a 5G, so that is currently in US only. So they did let people order like a few weeks back. So for US, it's a good option because you will be providing 5G. If you just want to order something, the quickest way will be to get MNTD. And the other one, which is Controlino. Controlino current delivery time is close to mid-December, while everything else is like close to February. So otherwise, if you wait for Sensecap when they have more items in stock, I wouldn't buy it from eBay. The reason is because if you go to eBay, you will be paying 2 to 3x usually for one miner, which you could be like, if you buy like one Sensecap from the website itself, you're gonna pay close to £500. Then you spend like £200. You get a better antenna, better cable, better like better setup, and you will be making more instead of like buying from like £1,000 or like two. There's like some person on eBay, he was selling one miner, the old one, Helium, close to like £3,500, which is like crazy. And so I wouldn't just like get into this like, oh, if I buy it, I'm just gonna get on really good rewards, I will just buy it. You need to do your homework. You need to look at your area, how many miners is close to have, like, okay, like look at this, right? So this one, it's one miner. So if he's witnessing other people, because he has, as you see, has a 10 dB antenna, it's 8 meter high. Look at this. And now, if he had done the same thing, so even this one has like made sure it's higher. So if he hadn't put it outside, he hasn't done anything, he wouldn't be witnessing anything. So I have the best example for that. So if you go to Pakistan, so this. So even if they are like really close to each other, but it's not like not even witnessing each other. Yeah. So as you can see, so your rewards vary. You need to like make sure the area you have, it has at least few miners close to you. So even if there are not that many, you can talk with that and you can earn some rewards, not full. So the average reward scale is 0.2 per day. So if you're getting like 0.3, 0.5, should be okay. It's not that bad. It's just like people can't expect, like if I set up a miner, I'm gonna start earning like 100 stuff like tokens per day, which doesn't happen. So see, this is like a good one. The setup is like proper, like see. So as you can see, I think this one, Sensecap 1.2 dBi. Total witnesses. So I think what I've done is they have used the default antennas and then they just left it inside. So if they do a bit more work, they put it outside on top of the roof, so they will earn a bit better from currently earning. So this is like a generic like how to, or a bit more rough, bit more idea on how Helium works. If you guys have any questions, do let me know. The reason is I didn't go that much into details about the other miners is like, one, I don't have them. I have only used Sensecap and Bobcat, and with Bobcat I didn't have any good experience. While Sensecap, it is decent. I am not facing that many issues with that. It did went to like yesterday randomly it got stuck into like no internet, no connectivity mode for some reason, but I put the miner into the connectivity on Bluetooth and reconnected and just check the diagnostics that fix it. So you will have to spend some time on these miners as well. You need to like, because regularly one of them will just drop out, so you have like no idea what's going on with it. But when you are setting up first miner, you need to make sure a few things. One, you set up a DHCP reservation in your router. It depends, like if you don't know how to do that, look at like YouTube videos on your for your specific router how to set up port forwarding. To set up a port forward, you will need to do is the port is 44158, and you need to set up a DHCP reservation, so that way whenever that that device with that specific MAC address connects to your router, it will assign that specific IP. Then on that specific IP, you can open that specific port, which is 44158. Some people are saying you need to open port 22, and another one you don't need to do that. By default, if you're getting anything beside Nebra, you will need to do port forwarding 44158. In some cases, let's say if you are putting like your router in like in a company or like in some place where you can't open the port, you can still put the miner there. It will be in a relayed mode, and you will generate some reward. It's not, you won't earn anything, but like if it's not relayed mode, you will earn a bit more. So it depends on that device, on that location as well. But I would say when it comes to Nebra, you don't need to do port forwarding, you don't need to do anything. If you just need to make sure UPnP is enabled, so that way it will sort itself out. So in that sense, it's a really good thing. And that is it. If you guys have any question regarding that, let me know. I will put the link for Helium Miners there, and then the link for this as well, just to make sure, you know, like when you're buying, follow these official links. Don't go like random regular search or anybody else who's providing you the link. The reason is there's a lot of fake websites, especially even on like Bobcat and other ones. And the thing is, a lot of these ones, they will say like, yeah, pay us in crypto. So when you pay that, there is no refund because it's a spam or fake website. So that money is gone. So you need to be careful. Always follow the official links, follow the official channels, double check, triple check, just to make sure you're in the right. There is a really good Helium Discord group. The main reason this like network is expanding, and you know, like people are still doing it's because of the people itself. People are super helpful. They will provide you all the details, all the troubleshooting steps they can. So that should be it, guys. Any question, let me know. Take care. Have a good day. Bye bye.